Going for yourselves, huh? Woo! Yeah, first round. All right, just to get the elephant out of the room right away, a lot of you may recognize me from a small part in an Empire Carpets commercial 8.5 years ago, so yeah, told me when to clap, Dad. That's awesome. Greatest acting role of my entire life right there, pretending like I had a house and a family, but if you saw the commercial, I nailed it. You guys, I nailed it. You know what I'm talking about. After that, though, the career took a little bit of a downturn as far as acting goes because I had to wear an eye patch for about a year. And when you're an actor and you're wearing an eye patch, and they've already cast Valkyrie and Pirates of the Caribbean, it's rough out there for you. But, you know, I'm legally blind now in one eye. I had a problem with my retina, which is awesome. It can come in handy sometimes, like when you take a lady home, you know, on a Friday or Saturday, and next morning she doesn't look at all like she did the night before, or maybe she's not even a girl. What I can do when we're having that pillow talk conversation of like, what's your name? How'd we meet? I can just put the good eye down on the pillow and just talk to a blur of colors, and that's always a good conversation, you know? It's fun, too. You're still allowed to legally have a driver's license with just vision in one eye. And that is awesome when you're trying to merge onto a major expressway, and it's your left eye that's blind, you know? So when I'm merging out and I check my blind spot like this, I see absolutely nothing. I'm still seeing 45 degrees forward. So to check my blind spot, I have to almost turn all the way around in my car seat. That's great when you make eye contact with the driver next to you and you're facing backwards. It's like, what's up? Doing it this way today. Yeah. Yeah. I can't drive drunk anymore, which is probably good for you guys. My good eye is naturally the eye that I close when I've had a lot of drinks, so going out there on the road, that is a big roll of the dice, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it sucks. Like, I wanted to be a pro baseball player, you know, and left eye waiting for pitches. That's not easy. You know, I'd have to just face the pitcher like this and swing. But I love the baseball, you know, the history of baseball. Like, I went to the Louisville Slugger plant in Louisville. Anyone been there? Where they make the bats? Yeah. Very exciting tour. It's also very awkward when he got the tour guide I had. He comes into this room of baseball memorabilia with like his Britney Spears microphone up like this, and he's all like, "Hey everybody, hey! Welcome to the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. I bet you didn't know this little factoid about us. In order to make the bats for just one season of Major League Baseball, we here at Louisville Slugger have to chop down over 40,000 trees from some of the finest forests in all of North America." Yeah, and then they hit play on a video, and it was just a bulldozer just literally just wiping out the state of North Carolina. And me and the other people in the group are like, what the hell's going on? Is this the deforestation tour? But then he's like, keep watching the video screen, guys. In order to make up for the 40,000 trees we kill every year, we actually plant 50,000 new ones, thus growing the American forests. And then people were clapping and cheering, and on the video screen they were showing kids with seeds and dirt and water, and I don't know how they make a tree, but they were showing it on the video. I wasn't paying attention because I was so pissed off. I'm like, those 40,000 trees, you're still dead, you know? Like, that kind of logic would be like saying if the U.S. went to war with Canada and we accidentally killed like 4,000 innocent Canadians, we'd just be like, well, don't worry about it. To make up for the 4,000 we killed, we impregnated 5,000 innocent Canadians. We just tipped them over, planted our seed in them, and got back across that border as fast as we could. Yeah, Canadians make some noise. Okay. Hey, I like it. I'm also a big fan of basketball. Bulls, yeah, Bulls fans, woo, yeah. Like them or not, the Bulls got one of the most intimidating mascots in all of pro basketball. You know, like a bull is a scary thing. And I imagine that the coaches use that in the locker room as motivation before a big game. You know, the Bulls coach comes in and he's all like, all right, you guys just remember we are the Bulls, Chicago Bulls. Now I want you to picture the enemy and run out there and stab him through the chest with your horns and go win the game for the city of Chicago. And if I was on a team like that, I would be like, woo, Yeah, okay. But it's just like, what does every other team do for motivation? You know, for instance, next door we have the Indiana Pacers. Like, what's their big pregame speech? The coach comes out, he's like, all right, guys, just remember we're the Pacers. Indiana Pacers! Now get out there and set the pace. Not too fast, not too slow. Right in the middle. That's how we're going to win the title this year. Woo! I don't know. In Brooklyn, they're the Nets. Like, what do they say? Hey, guys, we're the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, all right? You can find us down the street in the Ace Hardware store. We're good for a lot of multi-purpose things. If we wrap ourselves around a woman's leg, she looks like a hooker. There's a college team called the Cincinnati Bearcats. What do? Like, hey, you guys, we're the Bearcats. Bearcats. In 1948, a genetic experiment went terribly wrong. Go scare some kids. Is that you? Woo, yeah. And then the Hornets, which kind of used to be a scary team, except for their colors were purple. Purple and teal. They became the Pelicans, and I would love to see that first pregame Pelican speech. You know, the coach comes in from looking it up all night on Wikipedia. He's like, all right, guys, just remember this year, we're not the Hornets. We are the Pelicans. Pelicans. We're large seafaring birds. We feed predominantly on fish at or near the water's surface. Mainly on the months of September to July. Along the Gulf Coast of Mexico. To be honest, we're not a very smart species, guys, so just get out there and take a crap on somebody. No, this is great. It's good to be here. This is literally pretty much the size of my apartment up here on stage, so I'm feeling very much at home. I also have this same exact light in my apartment, too. Only it's not plugged in my place. It's plugged in the hallway, so I can save on electricity. Little trick there. It's awesome, though, being 6'4" and in your mid-30s and living in a studio apartment. Like, I think the people that make them assume you'd be more successful by this age, but it's tough. Like, my ceiling is about this high, but then I have a lovely ceiling fan that hangs down to eye level. Just taking up like 90% of my floor space. When I look in the mirror in the bathroom, all I see is from my nipples down. That's it. You know what it's like going to the bathroom when you're at the toilet right next to a major wall and you got long legs? You can't quite get in there. You can either sit on it sideways, which is just dangerous, as we all know, or you got to get up there like you're Simba in The Lion King with like your knees up by your ears. And that's actually an efficient way to go to the bathroom. That's good. We're getting ready for church? Hallelujah. This guy doesn't miss a beat. Hallelujah. Just waiting for it. Jesus was a carpenter, though, right? So you ever think that when he died, he was in the middle of working on somebody's kitchen floors? And then he dies, and the people that hired him were just like, ah. Jesus Christ. Who the hell is going to finish the floors now? There's not even phone books yet. I've thought about doing the Jesus impersonation. Not here. I don't want to get you guys struck by lightning. But in real life, what I was thinking is on Sundays, I'd grow the beard out a little more, grow the hair out, show up wearing like a loincloth and sandals, and just sneak into the back door of churches during the sermon and just like walk up onto the altar, push the preacher aside and just be like, hey, I got this today, dude. I got this. All right, listen up, congregation. It's Judgment Day. So you want Dave, Susan, Brian, Kelly, T. Murph, and this guy. Come with me. Let's go to heaven. The rest of you, go to hell. Hey, you guys are an amazing crowd. Thank you so much. I'm Michael Larimer.